the free energy special interest group where science meets spirituality in the quest for truth and knowledge to free humanity and transform this planet into a paradise. Hi everyone, hi. This is Crystal. Hi. Welcome back everyone. Welcome back to Physics 137th meeting. We just finished the first session where Charlie Ziese was unearthing and revealing some of the most, fascinating, amazing findings with his golden ratio scaling presentation and with the pyramids and the Tartarian buildings, the spires, and oh my goodness, we were so bowled over, so much so that we want him to come back, possibly maybe July, August, depending on his schedule. We have to check that out for you folks, okay? Right, so now this is the second session of the 137th meeting, FESIG meeting. We have our meetings on the first Wednesdays of the month. We actually have supposed to have a mystery guest for the second session, but apparently because he's going to be very high profile on the work that he does, which is very, very evolved and advanced, sort of like pulling it from the ET advanced technology stuff. He's not going to show himself because it might pose a bit of a danger trigger here. So we are on our own here, the FESIG team. It's okay because the FESIG team has been listening to some of the most brilliant minds for the last 9 years plus. So I think we have some valid points to discuss, to raise, and to ponder upon in a chat, in a forum here. So we are going to chat about what's going on currently and what are we to expect from the summer to the end of the year, from our own findings and what we hear and what we are gathering from the others and sharing knowledge and intelligence reports to get prepared for what is to come in this year of the massive changes that we are to expect. So the predictions and prophecies had been foretold by many sages and master teachers around the planet. So let's see. It's going to be a riveting discussion, folks. But I think before much ado, I have to customarily share the agenda as what I did for the first session. Second session needs to be looked at as well. So here we are. The first, session was of course, FESIG is a platform where science meets spirit. It is the free energy special interest group, as every video is a standalone. So this is, sorry. We have here the FESIG team. Usually, like this meeting, this session, we have all the insiders, the team members, and the regulars only here, because we hadn't actually shout out loud to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the public to attend this meeting or this session. And here we have Dr. Frazzle, who's my co-chair. I'm the chair, Crystal. And then we have our team at the helm, Pontus, Henrik, Matthew, Jerry, and so on and so forth. And there are quite a few of us here gathered. It's like a family gathering. And then we, as I said, we had a very good session with Charlie Ziese, and then he's talking about the golden ratio scaling in ancient and contemporary architecture, pyramids, hieroglyphs, temples, church steeples, ancient diagrams, symbols, obelisks, monuments, and numerous natural phenomena in nature itself, in leaves, plants, trees, insects. Is incredibly interesting. So please look out. Once it's published in a couple of weeks' time in our channel, you will have the benefit of learning from him as well. And now we have the second session, I've just described earlier. And once we finish, do pen down in your diary, the next time we meet at our 138th meeting on the 2nd of July at 6:30 p.m., because this is a free platform. We do this work from our hearts with passion and enthusiasm to share with you some of the world's most brilliant minds, teaching their knowledge, their skills, whatever, their findings, their developments, so we can learn from them and we can get on with our divine mission easier. So if you want to email me and suggest these whom you come across as some brilliant, relevant speakers, please write to me and recommend them. And also pay forward because we need funding to run this for you. We've been running this through our own pockets for 9-10 years now. And our website, keep checking it every month through missiontopeace.com/FESIG.html, because we will be announcing the speakers. Oh, they are so amazing. You shouldn't miss it. And then we have our FESIG YouTube channel, BitChute channel, Odyssey channel. Please subscribe. And then we have our Facebook as well, where the announcements are made, and our Telegram channel. If you join us, Telegram channel, FESIG_group, you'll be able to interact with our speakers and members and form study groups. Okay, that's it. Thank you, folks, for bearing with me. And now we have our forum, our FESIG Team Speakers Forum. I would like to start the conversation thread. I would like to say this, that we had been, as I said before, learning from all these experts. And on top of that, we have also been keeping our ears open and our eyes open, our ears listening intently to what's going on day by day, because we are experiencing huge, big, massive changes this year, so they say. So the prophecies were out there, abound everywhere for us to hear. And there has been predictions as well. And if you follow some of the most popular channels with millions of views, you know what I'm saying here. So I welcome everyone here now present live in the second session, our team members, the FESIG family, to have your say on what's going on. I'm going to start the ball rolling now with our co-chair, Dr. Frazzle. What have you been listening to lately? What's happening in the US, because you're an American? So what do you think is going on right now? That is so different.
Nothing like putting the pressure on me first thing off. Well, thank you very much. And from what I'm seeing, we had a convergence of lines coming up through the 1st of June. And in America, we thought there was going to be some really big things happening on the 20th of May, the 28th of May, the 1st of June. In our news, not that much. When you read between the lines on both the international and our national, U.S. national news, we start seeing there's a lot of underlying threads and things happening out. So instead of having just lines converging to a specific point, the data streams have changed in May. And I explain it as layers of information coming in, stacking up, very similar to the French puffed pastry. That's very thin layers of dough baked into a really fluffy confectionery with a little sugar top on top of it. And the realization for the Americans was that it may not happen as fast as we want it to happen. July is coming up as a significant date, basically 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of July. 4th of July is our Independence Day from England and the tyranny. But we also are seeing here in the States that there's a lot of things that have to be done prior to everything happening. The abundance of Nasara Gasara, RV stuff, and it's not done yet. But instead of having lines of conversions, we're starting to get these sheets of information coming in. So it's a lot more detail. Date-wise, the middle of August ends up being very, very important because our voting laws will be established and they can't change beyond that point for each of the states that vote in the federal election, which would be the midterm. Our midterm is scheduled for November 4th, I believe. It's in November, first part of November. Chances are we will not see big changes in the politics until they get seated, which is actually the January 20th of 2026. So that puts us a long ways out as a heartbreak for a lot of us of what's coming. That's the big picture. And so I'll turn it back to you.
Oh, thank you, Fraz, for keeping us updated on what you have been gathering there from your location. I pretty much had been listening to quite a number of popular podcasts, like, for instance, what you call that? Next Level Soul. Yeah, Alex. Okay. He interviewed quite a number of, like, psychic clairvoyants, channelers. I mean, that's quite up my alley as well. I must admit, I'm more on the spiritual side of things than the technology side, but lately I've been balancing it a bit because, running this platform where science meets spirit is essential. And he has been gathering a lot of information about this psychic clairvoyance going into the future and seeing, and time travelers and people like that having an out of body experience, like Mona was discussing with us just now during the break, that she's come across somebody, Daniel, what's the name? No, Darius, right? Yeah, talking about out of body experience. I think Next Level Soul has got loads of that, and they come back to tell us what's going to happen in the very near future, Fraz. It's mirroring what you're saying as well, and much, much more, because they're saying that. Also Basha, Darren Anchor is his very good, like, best friend with Alex of Next Level Soul, and Basha kept on saying that within the next 2 years, between now, actually started in 2022 when first contact actually really happened. I know that they have come, the ET brothers and sisters have been contacting us for eons of time already. It's just like very few percentage of the populace, but now it's getting more and more connections with our world here. And apparently from year 2022 until, well, now it's 2025. 2026, 2027 is when the majority of us here who are alive on the planet are going to have this massive connection, like contact with our ET brothers and sisters. And that's what Bashar is saying. Just sharing what I have been hearing, okay? So, and then, but is humanity ready? I mean, if we feel and experience around us, I mean, like my neighbors, for instance, not all of them are embracing that because they can't even deal with another race, racism abound. I mean, how can humanity be ready for that? So if you can't embrace any other races here, except your own race in this world, how can you accept the arrival of the ETs? That's going to be so horrible for them. Right. So, I mean, that opens up a debate for everyone, really. What say you? I've started a thread of conversation. Do you think humanity is ready, folks? Anyone wants to chip in?
Because I don't like dead air, I'm going to jump in and
I'm impressed.
and which brings up from the scientific side. And as I say, I don't talk to ETs, and I've never seen a spacecraft or anything like that, so I'm kind of blind in many ways to Crystal's side of this conversation. And the question to it is, to the rest of the group, do you feel that we are being talked to by ET groups from either a different dimension or from space or from hollow earth on the inside? or are our minds being manipulated with the 5G towers and the modems and things like that? And all we're doing is picking up the frequencies from the broadcast media that would like to keep you slaves. So that's my question to the group.
Fraz, hang on. Before you pass it on to the group, I have something to say because it's relevant to what we're doing here on our platform, right? Where science meets spirit. If you remember, all of you, just think about our speakers in the past, right? Some of the most impactful presentations we ever had, the most amazing ones, are those scientists and inventors who had been communicating with ETs, Fraz, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, the
Yeah. So we've
ones.
been bringing them all in. That's,
Yeah.
and uh, I mean, you're dealing with a person here, myself, who's had a very hard out of body experience and damn near died and came back, and it changed my life. But it's kind of interesting from a scientific view. Looking at it, is, are you talking to yourself? Are you talking to an illusion? Or are you actually channeling and bringing in information? And I'd love to see it from the people that are channeling it, that actually have rock solid science also being talked about with what they're downloading. And we've had a few guests that have been absolutely amazing in that department.
Oh yes. I mean, let me just share screen so you can see the extent of the talks we had with wow, the out of this world kind of speakers, folks. I mean, yeah, we're so lucky. We benefit from all this wonderful, amazing people, really top notch. I mean, look at for instance, if I scroll down, you'll be able to see, okay, for instance, Arcturus Ra, Renee Swain. I mean, which he's Arcturian, isn't he? Isn't he? Because he's named Arcturus Ra.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, he got his medbed technology downloaded from the Arcturian Council. So there you go. And they boldly admitted they are hybrids. They are part ET, part human. So, and then we have Dan Willis, who is talking about the frill, the Vogel crystals, and all that. Where did all this information come from, which is out of this world? Surely they must have had the connection with their ET family. And then we have Robert Maxim, who clearly made this bold statement that he's really in communication with his ET family. And he's gone up to the ships, out of body or physically sometimes. And he's there in the spacecraft, spaceships, actually experiencing the advanced ET technologies. Then we have, wow, Dr. John Scott Perez, talking about the hydrogen energy system and doing gene splicing, the CRISPR, CRISPR, gene splicing, gene design, genome design, and all that. Wow. I mean, this is top notch, high intelligence stuff, guys. I mean, don't you ever think that if we talk about ET spaceship, that means we are nutters? No, we are not. These are real scientists working at NASA, working at all these top companies. And then we have Dr. Kathy Forty talking about mathematical codes. And she also said she had an out-of-body experience on a near-death experience. And then she had actually connected to the higher mind and seen God and had conversations with God. And then after that, she kept channeling the technology and so on and so forth. And we had Jessica Ariel Morocco talking about the SSP, the advanced, what you call ACIO, okay, intelligence organization, the non-human intelligence organization, ACIO. Oh, non-human guys. And then we had so many, needless to say, Then we had Michael Elijon talking about the Love Ops Special Forces, and his partner is on the off planet in the ship, not in physicality. So we have some pretty weird information coming through. I wouldn't say weird, I would say really high intelligence stuffs, and so on and so forth. See for yourself. Cool, these people are really amazing. I am speechless how we managed to get them to hop onto our platform to speak, and they're all very, very relevant things. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing now. Anyway, so back to you, Fraz.
Oh, I was going to say it's time to open the floor up a little bit. We have, as you see, two individuals that come from very diverse backgrounds and education and where we're comfortable in. And this is what makes FESIG really great. We have the science side and we have the spirituality side. And that's why it's kind of fun for this group now as we look at the unknown coming forward. And we know it's going to change. There is an event horizon coming at us that a lot of people have looked at. They can see it. It's like a freight train coming at them or a big wall coming at them. They don't know when it's going to get close to us, but it's there. So we have not a lot of things to pull from in real facts and say, oh, we can point to this and that's going to happen. We can point to this and that's going to happen. But if there's an event coming and we've got this many people from diverse backgrounds, all clamoring about the same thing, almost as a hive mind or a group think or as a shared reality or as a performer inside this shared reality, a co-creation of this. Are we creating matter? Are we, through our consciousness, is that's what's given us the grit of the world? Or if there's no consciousness, will the physicalities, the rocks and things still be there when there's no conscious in our universe?
Yeah, Metis, you have something to say. Go ahead, Metis.
I got a raise. Go ahead.
Yeah, look, this is a conversation, brothers and sisters. Just butt in anytime, okay?
Oh, Fraz, you make me really laugh. If the rocks are the things that will be existing.
It's good to laugh.
It's very funny. Yeah, it's a good thought though. Folks, I'm sorry about this is 4:37 a.m. in South China Sea, and I wake up 1 o'clock. So I don't have so much energy right now. But
Thank you.
one thing I want to make it sure that one thing is very vital for me. The reason I love to be in FESIG meetings, because I believe that when we are every humans right now in our planet, the human that is, I think you know what I mean. The human that is, they are here for various reasons. The contracts they make to be here, they are volunteer to be here, or they give me special job to be here. The basic understanding of why we are here, that we want to change the frequency of this world. We want to change. Finally, this planet, it can take its place where it belongs to the multidimensional collective consciousness. So beside that, this is our collective work. Beside that, every individual has own purpose, special purpose belongs to that individual, and that individuals are. First of all, I want to say that I am fascinated by physics, but I don't understand anything about mathematics because my left brain nearly not exists. Oh. And when I am in the FESIG meeting, these inventors, let's say very intelligent people, first of all, I know that our universe is so old and so vast nothing we can invent here. So whatever we are inventing here, that person is given a special job for the invent that one. It means the download this information to relieve to the humanity. So my chance is that when I am here, I meet them one by one, so-called directly. I see that people who are these special people, how do they look like? My estimation where they can come from, and see that in person these people that has this special job for themselves. Yes, Franz, we are creating our reality right now, because as it's like Laura Eisenhower said some time ago, uh, everything we create, first we create in esoteric space. Our thoughts, which is leading to our words. That's why we have to choose where and take care very much to do what we are saying, what we are thinking. We are creating every time in millions of holograms in the esoteric space, and this is the Marina Jacobi's information from the harmonic reactor. This is the technique of the creating our realities. But now, especially lately, we are more and more able to create our own reality, because we are the ether now. Ether is free for us now. Laura Eisenhower put it that way. I don't want to mention the name. This guy with the being with the horns, and he has most of the time red or whatever it is. He was the old. Yeah, I don't want to say the name. I don't want to call him. You know what I mean?
No.
So he was the actually owner of our etheric space, and that's why the star he used, the pentagram. It is this one of the upside down pentagram. It pressing us down from the reaching to the all ability to go in the esoteric space. But now he is not there anymore. Especially according to the Council of Nine, 24 of March, we give the last battle in esoteric space, that there is no more darks can interfere with us creation in esoteric space. Yes, they are still there, but they don't have, because they cannot reach in our energy anymore. They cannot even come close to it unless we give permission to them. Yeah. So now with this knowledge, people more and more waking up. They are more and more hearing about it. Oh, my thoughts create my reality, which is happening thousands of years already. People pray for something, and sometimes this prayer is happening, and they pray to God. They say to God, thank you to my bring into my reality what my pray. Actually, yes, God directly, so-called, which is the God they think, did not create their own reality. You are the one who did it. Because never forget, we are the part of the original source.
Well said, Mattis Bro.
Which human that is.
Yeah.
And so now, lately, 5/25/2025, we just passed. That time was very important for us, because now, last some years, all this magnetic force and magnetic energy is coming to us to evolve in many ways. One of that ways is come slowly. Also, we have to be ready for incomers on ETs, so we call, belongs to our collective consciousness. In our collective, all these ETs, they will show up not because now is the time we have to meet our own original families. So these magnetic energies, they make us ready for that. Now, 5/25, it is totally new realm it starts. Now we are open to the all universal collective multidimensional beings. That's why now is the time we are going to meet. At the other hand, they are already here so long. in many ways, they've been helping to us, but now it will be the physical contact. At the same time, because we are already begin in 2012 in the new realm, which is the after 26,000 years from Kali Yuga to we are passing to the Sattva Yuga. We are in the Sattva Yuga now. So in Sattva Yuga, there is nothing about the darkness. There is nothing about the pain and negative thinking. The abundance, love, and joy, and nothing else. And this will take so-called in the first estimation 1,100 years. So next 1,100 years, at least, we are in this reality. What? Let's say this Sattva Yuga is just the same by the Sanskrit to us. But everything we hear, everything we learn, if to create in our knowledge and make us thinking, oh, it is that way, so we are the one going to create that one because we know how this is work in esoteric space first, right?
Yeah,
so
because we are co-creators.
Now is the time, and many of you maybe it's here already. All these magnetic energies is burst from the sun, negative part of them. Now the sun starts to settle down after 525, because one of the reason is Mercury goes in the Gemini. Mercury is a communication planet. So now is the time we are going to communicate with our essential beings from other planets around the universe. We are getting ready to that one, and that is Mercury's job right now to helping us. So in the meantime, this sun negative burst, now sun is settling down. These energies is going less and less and less now because job nearly has been done. Unless we don't believe in this, we are denying to this. But if you resonate with this, that is what is happening. So, but in the meantime, sun get bigger and it's totally changed the color. This is already happening many years. Now it's totally white. It will be never yellow anymore. And sun get bigger. What does that mean, sun get bigger? It means it can send its energies, life energies and the heat far out planets. And so-called we are surrounded in our solar system 42 planets. At the end of the distance way, some planets are still covered with ice. So from this growing of the sun itself, the heat and the energies will reach to that ice planet, and ice will start to melt, and the new life forms will start to begin from there. That will be included in our new community. So what I'm saying that it is we are all one. We always be. We always will be.
Well said, bro. Well said, Mattis, bro. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge there. Jerry has put out his hand for a long time. Can we put the microphone over to Jerry? Jerry, bro.
Yeah. You know, I'm going back to Fraz thing about we all have different backgrounds, and what you initially said for this session, that what is happening in the world right now and what we know about it. Since I'm from Sweden, where the core of the deep state or the cabal have been doing things for lots of years, my background is, as you know, in mechanical engineering, production, automation, and so on. So everything in my early life was about numbers and technology and making machines work better. But I developed a sense for studying people around me, and that led me into thinking about how we work as humans. And there is one thing that I can talk with my mother about, and that is that we are here because our souls has to learn a lesson. We're here to educate our greater mind. And for lots of years, I was struggling in the automotive industry, and about 15 years ago, I had some big things happening in my life. And then I started to learn about taking care of myself. The difference between self-esteem and self-confidence. We have a wall around us based on what we do, when it revolves around what we are. We have to learn to like ourselves for what we are, not what we do. And after that, I started thinking about what is wrong in society. That's when I got into the economics. They are doing the biggest pyramid scheme and call it, we have to have a growing economy, and that is just because of the central banking system. And when I found that, I found lots of things wrong in society. It's all a big scheme to make the cabal take everything. And we that are here, we all say that we are the awakened ones. But I'm so sure that we will all be shocked when everything is coming. We're not supposed to know what's coming. We're here to learn the lesson, and the only thing we can do is turn inside ourselves. The most important thing is to take care of yourself, learn more about yourself. Don't be afraid, because if you trust yourself, there's nothing to be afraid of. And this comes from the technical guy that measures everything with calipers and so on. But the lesson I've learned so far is that we have to take care of ourselves to be able to take care of other people, because we have to learn other people what we know when the shit hits the fan, so to say. So look inside yourself, kill your egos, and cooperate. That's the only way.
Wow, well
Thank you.
said, bro. Well said. You know, this is what it's all about, isn't it? To have a human experience. It's not to expect to know what is the next round the corner of the block. What's going to happen?
Oh,
We are supposed
I
to
could
be.
talk for hours about the
Yeah.
economics and the schemes they've put us through and so on, but
Yeah.
that's not important. That will
No.
all go away, and we are getting better
Yeah.
frequencies and so on, but what we
Look,
must
look.
do is
Yeah.
turn into ourselves and make
Yeah.
ourselves better.
Yeah. Charity
Kill
starts
the
at home,
ego.
isn't it? Mm-hmm. Cool. You know, this is a conversation. Let's be easy flowing with it. You know, speak up when you want to comment about anything. I just wanted to say that this is so right and so wise, Jerry, your words. Yeah. So, I mean, we have spiritual people who are always searching for something, looking for a guru, wanting to wake up, wanting to jump the queue of the different notes of their life journey. I mean, what's the point? I mean, you want to ascend before you learn all the lessons. It's not interesting anymore. That's not what we come here for. We didn't come here to wake up and to ascend and to have ascension immediately. We're supposed to learn and have the little surprises along the way, which is so interesting, isn't it? That's what you said, like, right, bro? So, okay, we will pass the microphone on to whoever wants to speak up. Mona, perhaps you want to share something? Sis? Show yourself, show your beautiful face, please.
I just, what I want to say is that we say we create our reality, and it's we're all creating our own reality, and at the same time there's also the energetic reality, or our, I mean, if we want to create a new reality, we have to embody it. And as Jerry was saying, to go beyond what's out there and go in, and everything is going within, and being aligned, and also being vigilant, constant monitoring of our thoughts and emotions and what we accept as reality. We don't have to accept any timeline, and all these timelines that can be maybe a reality that some people are going to share, but we individually, we won't necessarily have to be implicated in it. And because how to bring paradise on earth is to be able to embody it, and to be able to hold that frequency, that information, because and at the same time we have unconscious programmings that run behind. So that's why it's so important to go within and be constantly vigilant.
Absolutely. I truly admire your work, Mona, because I suppose that's your divine mission, to be born a pop star so you could spread the message, just like John Lennon with the message in his lyrics of Imagine. You had been spitting it out to your audiences, to your followers, to your fans with the messages in the lyrics of the songs that you've written, which is really waking them up big time. You didn't even realize how much of the power of the messages that you had actually shared through the lyrics of your song. It is so powerful.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I'm also aware of, beyond the words, the energetics, and I can feel it, and people respond, and
yeah, because I love you, sister, and I've been following your work. I've been reading the comments of your fans. You know, they so love you, and they so appreciate the messages you sent out. And you've been doing this for so long. And that's how you keep your youthfulness and your strength and your energy, because you are the conduit of the divine messages that you spewed out to the world. And so, you know, there you are, sister. You're the sovereign, integral, the I am, mighty I am presence, that you stand in your ground and doing the work. Each and every one of us is a torch here of the fragment of divinity that we are. And I applaud all of you here. Thank you, sister.
thank you.
So we move on to Henrik. You got anything you want to share, bro?
I was thinking about what Fraz said in the beginning, and I think it's the soup of all of this. our lives and the realm we are living in is so vast and contains so much. There are many aspects going in to each other. So
I
yeah, I
know.
think
So
say yes to all of it, actually,
yeah.
and much more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pontus, of course, not forgetting Pontus. Go on then, Pontus. You want to say something? You got something in your heart you want to share?
No, actually not. No.
Well, you know, whatever it is, this is the FESIG family. And here we have found ourselves. Like after 9 to 10 years, we are still here and we are delivering what we do for you folks, the viewers, the listeners, the followers out there without fail. We're on the dot. Fraz is such a wonderful, wonderful torchbearer of FESIG, and we really value you, Fraz, and we really appreciate what you do. It doesn't matter, rain or shine, you're always there, bro. I really love you,
You've
and
been
all of
there
us
all the
do.
time. So is Pontus. I mean, come on. I'm just
I
one of the
know,
fellow travelers here.
I know.
I'm going to jump in with another part because I'm going to spin off of what Mona was talking about. I'm going to ask the
Sure.
group. 2 days ago, we had an energetic wave hit our planet, and it was a high speed emission from our sun. Normally, this speed of this is at usually 30 kilometers per second, I think is what the numbers is. This one that hit a couple of days ago was 60 kilometers per second. That's what's over our planet. And so this is June 4th today for the people that are watching in the delayed, but this happened on 2nd of June. And this was a burst, and we got no information from NASA here in the United States on this coming in. So the question is, did you feel that shockwave go past? But are you feeling the frequencies coming from our galactic center that we are now starting to move into as a different set of energetic frequencies? Are you resonating just with your radio and your TV? Or are you resonating with these waves? Do you feel them coming in from the sun? We actually had one in May that came from outside of our galaxy and swept over us. And that was in mid-May. And we had reports from people actually sensing this and not knowing what happened. So energetic frequencies, are you guys feeling them as they come in?
And there is a site for us that they monitor the Schumann resonance with the spikes of the frequency. Are you watching that?
Oh yes. And I've got a bunch of folks that get real irritated when the frequencies get out of whack. They have higher anxieties. They feel that change as it comes through, and they're just so glad when it settles back to our Earth harmonics, the frequencies that we as inhabitants on this planet find normal. We are moving out of an old Baktun. If we go to the astrology, we're moving out of Pisces, which is the fish head cult, into Aquarius, which is basically the outpouring of knowledge. The old Baktun cannot exist in the new Baktun. The old rulers that controlled that genre for 2,000 years is no longer pertinent in the next 2,000 years. So what is that energy feeling like, folks? Are you feeling this new excitement? Are you feeling this? What is it doing to your being? Are you taking time to get in the water that you need? Because we're in Aquarius, you're going to need water. You don't want to dehydrate as these shock waves come in. What do you feel?
Oh,
Back to you,
thank
Chris.
you
What
for
is
bringing that up, Fraz, because I felt the shift. I felt the changes in me. I felt those heaviness and all those petty musings of the mind has disappeared and is gone. And now there's joy, there's happiness, there is the harmony and all that. I don't know. I feel that way. I'm sure all of us do, because the shift, our planet has been bombarded with these energies, right? With the solar flares and things like that. What say you? Mattis, you were saying something?
I want to say, I want to reply to Franz. What do you mean is it normal? There is nothing normal anymore, Franz. We are not normal anymore. If somebody call us a normal, this is insulting for us. We are not normal.
Mm,
That's
exactly.
why let it come. Just leave it with,
Yeah.
just that's it. Let it come.
Yeah. I think we are feeling more grounded, more into our power. More of the sovereign integral has come into ourselves. And I felt that, well, it might just well be, well, we are ready because we are awake and we are aware that our ET brothers and sisters will be coming and shaking us on the hand and helping us, guide us in physicality. I think we're getting there. What say you, Pontus? Are you feeling it, Pontus?
Yes, of course I'm feeling it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad. Well, you live in Sweden and it's such a beautiful country. The energies are so heightened, and part of the Scandinavian country is certainly, it's like flowing with the force of the Vikings, isn't it? And it's such a beautiful feeling when I first step into Sweden. It's just this wonderful spiritual energy in the country. That's why I think the Swedes are awakening very fast. As Jerry has put it in so many ways, you are actually standing in your power as well and accepting the flow. Yeah. Jerry, what say you? All
Yeah,
right.
I think we have been good slaves under the cabal here, the best ones, the hardest to wake up. But I see signs of things changing.
Yeah.
More and more people are waking up.
Yeah. And you and
think.
Henrik and Pontus, I mean, you've been on a journey and you have been connecting with the right people to move on the higher levels of consciousness. That is so good.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Audrey.
been a good teacher from the
Oh,
classes I've had with you.
oh, thank you so much. Oh, by the way, folks, Jerry's talking about my self-hypnotism workshops. I teach self-hypnosis because I've been practicing hypnotherapy for many years and learned from the father of hypnotism. It's all about the mind, as our Mattis bro was pointing out as well, and Fraz too. I mean, we are consciously or subconsciously co-creating our reality, whether we're ready or not. It's all manifesting from our thoughts. So we got to choose wisely what we want to think. Right, Billy, have you got anything to say, bro, from where you are in the US? Billy, can you unmute yourself? It's just you and Press. And Karen, of course. Karen, if you can speak out, just unmute yourself. Billy probably has gone to the loo or something. Audrey. Sorry, Billy, are you there?
No, it's Henrik. I think what you said
Henrik.
is very important to also think, why do you think as you do and what is behind? To
Exactly.
see the person behind your own facade and see who are you really in the bottom.
Yeah. And there's no judgment here, bro. I mean, we go through ups and downs and we cannot expect each other to be perfect in every way.
Absolutely.
I mean, we do have our little rows now and again, working together for years, but at the end of the day, there's so much unconditional love in our hearts for each other. Isn't it, Fraz?
Oh, Crystal. Yes. Yeah. we got one person with their hand up, and I think it's time to switch over to them, and I'll be quiet here. But yeah, you guys are doing great. Go ahead.
Yeah, Metis, bro. Go ahead.
I just want to say something about our Nordic brothers in here, brothers and sisters. There is a documentary. It come out lately. I will suggest to watch that documentary, especially for Nordic people. Name of the documentary is Walking with the Tall Whites.
Wow. I love the tall whites.
Aftermath. That is the name of the documentary, Walking with the Tall Whites Aftermath. That is a lot of information for Nordic people there.
Wonderful. Thanks for the recommendation. Even
You're
if I'm
welcome.
not a Nordic, I'll look up that as well.
Yeah,
Matthew!
there is a second part also. It's coming very soon.
Oh, okay. Give us a link in the chat box. Oh, you did. Mona did. Oh, thank you. Press.
Yeah, thought went in my head and left all of a sudden. When my experience during that last solar blast that just went through is I didn't go outside all day, and I basically sheltered in place with no desire to step outside. It was like fingernails on the blackboard in my nervous system that I was sensing. After the sun went down, I walked out in barefoot to get grounded. It was like, why didn't I do it earlier? But my inner self told me to stay inside. It wasn't until after it got completely dark, which means we are completely blocked from the sun, did the frequency feel normal again for that night. And that was just halfway through this whole energetic path. So it's interesting, the feelings that I'm getting being around this. I first experienced these different energetics when we were working with the Keshe stuff, and we would walk into these electromagnetic fields that were produced by that device. And it's not the same, but it's just as real to the receptors, the hairs on my hand, the skin level. And it reminds me once when I was in Hawaii many, many years ago, and I'd walked out of the hotel on the beach side of Waikiki and walked to the back of the hotel, which is about 2 city blocks, American-sized blocks. During that time, I got sunburned through my shirt that I was wearing. Later on, I found it was a solar flare that was happening at that particular time. Very high energetics. So we kind of need to take a look and see how we're reacting. Is it irritation? Is it physicality? Do we feel better after we ground ourselves? What is it that we can do as these waves go through to normalize our bodies so we adapt to these frequencies as they come in? And especially if we're coming into the Galactic Center direct charge, that's going to be a whole new experience for us in our own lifetime at this part of whatever, if you deal in reincarnation, whatever. But at this time, going from the old 2,000 years and this next one that's coming up, we are going to be facing a direct line now to the Galactic Center, and not through a whole bunch of planets and other stars getting in the way of that. So it's going to be a learning experience. Back to you.
Exciting times coming up, bro. Okay, over to you, Matthew. Come on. Last but not least, we need to hear your voice, the electrical engineer, super duper electrical engineer.
The energy that I've been picking up is mainly from people, and I've just wanted to stay away and be by myself because it's been too chaotic and heavy. Right, it's hard to fathom so much incoming people's energies.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's too much of a cloud to deal with.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, because you're talking about the NPC, the background people. What's the long form for NPC, Fraz? The
Non-player character.
yeah, yeah. So we have a lot of background people on the planet in the population, whilst we, the star seeds, the way showers, the people with a purpose in life, with a divine mission, are struggling with the inequalities of the vibrational frequencies. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah. So how do we deal with this? Anybody has any answer to that before we wrap up this session? Some deep thinking there.
Yeah, Mona was wiped emotionally during that mid-May also. Yeah. A lot of people were.
Yeah.
It's basically getting people going, questioning what in the heck is going on. And when you question what you're experiencing, you're not blindly going along. You're questioning everything. And this is really, really important as we work forward. It's going to be completely separate. Oh, we lost Crystal, I think, for a moment there. Something turned up. But
Franz,
yes, go ahead.
I want to say something about these energies, how they affect you. You're telling about it. You cannot expect everybody will have the same experience from this energy coming like you have, because it's always been and it always will be that way. Because you got what you need, not what you want.
Excellent. Excellent.
We get it. Whatever we need. They don't give us what we want.
Exactly. You're right, bro.
So it can be many different kind of feelings and taking in these energies for individuals.
We always provided for, isn't it? So they won't let us die.
No.
No.
And they will always give us an answer. Longest we know how to ask.
Yeah. So on Matthew's thread of the conversation, how do we deal with the NPCs? Because don't forget, the NPCs are his colleagues, my family members as well. For instance, for example, how do we deal with them? Anybody?
Okay. I like to say something about that. This is quite a long time. It's happening now, nearly 2 years. How do we start? We started it, which is with the information, what we know, what we get from the downloads, to our loved ones, to our friends, especially to our family. And we expect them to listen to us and at least somehow start to behave in the way we expected. But this is change already nearly 1 year now. What they, especially Council of Nine, what they telling us, this is finished now. Now, because everything what we suggest, everything what is our experience, if we are just showing to the alternative. That's what we have to do. Everybody has to do. You're showing to the alternative. Look, you are living in this life, but there is an alternative. But there is no more feeling sorry or feeling anger or feeling like you pushed away from out of your family. There is not, because at the end, we must know that in higher realms, being a benevolent, it is also negative. Compassion, it is also negative. Because at the end, we have to respect everybody's evolution and we have to leave them alone with this evolution. Everybody will ascend, everybody will come to the same knowledge, but in their own timeline. So it is going to be, it is a little bit hard. It feels like, okay, you don't care about them, but it's not. You will do this because you care about them.
Well,
so just respect their own evolutions and leave them alone what they are wrote on the board.
True.
That's how we're gonna deal with this.
So
great points. Great points.
Great point.
I was going to go back to Matt's and the NPCs. I had this idea, and this is months ago, that when this shock wave comes in, it's going to be like an EMP pulse, and all these robots, these people that are walking around will just get turned off, and we won't have them around anymore. But that was then, and now it's like, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. They'll work through it. They'll work through it on their own, because we've already left. The last planet has left the in Pisces. It's no longer in that part of it.
Yeah,
We're got the whole solar system is out. So hey, folks, you've arrived. You know, you've already gone through it.
It's like Bashar confirmed this some days ago in the questions. Are there going to be a split the worlds? Yes. We are already beginning to so long time already to this splitting the worlds. This means splitting to the energies. So the last 1.5 years ago, I think it was October 7. It is physical. It's begin already. The physical realities is split up. Very soon, physically, they will not be exist in our lives, or we are in their lives. Remember, Crystal. We talk about the pulse flower of life.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
There
and the eternal.
Yeah. There were they saying to us that the 1.5 years ago is November 7. This time is start. Now we are in the way of the turning. Always will be like a Fibonacci turning. We call it. You remember? We call it Fibonacci.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember all the speakers.
Yeah. Yes. And we are in the flower of life. We always have to turn and come to the same loop. Turn and come to the same loop, because the chamber, the line of chamber around the flower of life. But now we are in the lotus flower of life. So there is no chamber. So every time we make a turn in our knowledge, also it is come from the energies. This is happening every 33 days.
Wow.
Every 33 days we are coming to the same loop, but when we start, we are jumping a little bit more higher. Another 33 days we are going a little bit more higher. So the physical realities and energetic realities every 33 days is getting more and far away and far away and far away. I remember just an example. I'm sorry. I remember there was a question to the Bashar. They asked to the Bashar in one meeting. They said, "Okay, you are talking about to us, your people, assassin or something like that. The name is living totally positive life, totally positive reality. But what kind of weapons you have against the negative forces? Can you give us information about that?" Bashar said, "We don't have any weapons." Yeah, but how come, this question asker said? Because they will attack you and they will destroy you. He says, no, we are so positive that they cannot even see us.
Exactly. So, I remember that one because I fought Bashar as well. Spot on, bro. I remember that.
So that's what's happening to us now.
Yes.
Yay. More positive way we get, and we are getting far away from the negative. And one point, they will not even see us anymore. We are not will be in their realities.
We're getting there.
But that does not mean they will not make it. Yes, they will, but in their own timeline, and doesn't really much interest us anymore.
Exactly.
The NPCs still have a job to do.
The NPCs still have a job. They're robots.
Whether it makes sense to someone who's further along in understanding, it might not make sense to us, but it's
but we have to respect. We have to respect the time of evolution. That's what they need. That is the experience they have to take. That's it.
Very wise. Very wise. All right. I don't know if we can go into this topic first, but I'm going in there. Okay. And let's talk in codes. Okay. Now, the very important thing is, because I posted this in Telegram in our mega and everything. All right. That because we have, as one of our speakers, some of the most amazing speakers is those who are connecting with the ETs, remember? And we are embracing that ETs are for real, of course, because we experience it directly. Gosha of Cosmic Agency has brought the KD Taygeten Pleiadians, and Marie Soaru has been crowned the queen of the Taygeten Pleiadians. And she, after she became queen for a year or so, I mean, she has led this like Star Wars scenario to take over the Galactic Federation, because they have expressed a lot of dissatisfaction with the GF, let's say GF, okay? And because whatever we do here, everything, even Trump and the Q team and all these people, they have been the what do you call that? The alliance, okay. It's kind of so difficult. Remember Jean Decode with his Navy SEALs and all these people, the alliance, the military alliance. Okay, it's like there's always an impasse and a blockage because Galactic Federation, I mean GF, is actually not really truly, because it's kind of like a mirror of the case of the Atlantean and Lemurian war in those days, where the sons of Belial had infiltrated the law of one in the council. So Galactic GF has had the same thing happen, according to Taygeten Pleiadians. I mean, I'm doing analysis here, I'm not taking sides or anything like that, YouTube. So they're saying that those things from their observation deck in that level, in the vantage point, a lot of things are unfair here that's happening on our species. A lot of things had been violating the universal law, because without our permission, things had been violated so drastically and so unfairly that they're not happy about it. So now they have, they had ganged up with the Umrah and the Ethortans, and they have managed to take over the GF. So now we have a better a council that is in alignment with Creator's loving light and following all the legal laws of the galactics, okay? And so, but there's going to be a huge, big massive work to be done, like Trump had been doing, cleaning up the swamp and all that, and it's like, clearing the White House and getting rid of the dumps and all that. So there's still a lot of work to be done. Anybody has heard anything about that lately? I've been following, I've been keeping up to date. So what do you think of this narrative? Anyone?
I'm going to...
A lot of volcanic eruptions recently. What's happened to the underground?
Okay, the quick question on this one is, are we here to learn discernment as we awaken, as we wake up to this and see how bad things are? Is the GF stuff, and this is from my side, being a scientist, is this story or this narrative a creation of humanity to explain what is actually going on inside our corporate and our government entities here on Earth? It goes back to the old question, were we created in God's image, or did we create the gods in our image? So discernment is basically what I'm seeing as what's relevant right now for humanity. And I'll drop it at that and let everybody else talk.
Right. Matt, you have something to say about that? Daniel. Oh, Daniel's hands up. Daniel, go on then.
Yeah. It was a couple of minutes ago. So one thing Fraz take up with solar energy is one more force you have to put in that, and it's everything turning. So Sweden goes south, and it's destroy our connection. So it's work against us too. And it was one thing. And another thing, I think, I work with people a couple of months at least. Have the people have problem with the force from outside working against them, and you can do things to protect you. And I used to learn them that if you lie in the bed and you pray so you can have a golden vad heter det, sphere around you, and you pray and thanks your helper or God for that sphere, and then you pray same thing around your bed and same thing around your room, and then around your apartment or the what the floor you live on, and then around the house. And you have another thing you can do, and it's a pray that every negativity who send against you reflect out to them who send them to you. And one thing you need to do also is when you pray, ask so nothing negativity can be inside your cocoon to protect you.
Thank you, Daniel. It's very useful, especially at a time when the Star Wars thing is happening, which will affect us down here on the planet as well. So
Yes.
the opposition is very angry and they are doing the level battle.
I know.
Yeah.
Many people come and ask me what they should do.
Yeah.
That is one thing you can do itself at home.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniel.
And why you have to put a couple of them protection is because the negativity comes working, so they come through that protection. And if you just have one, they come through really fast. But if you have a couple of them, it takes time for them. So you have peace till you can göra ny, protect another one, and so on.
So folks, what Daniel is saying here is we need to protect ourselves because we cannot afford to fall into negativity. We can't afford to entertain a single negative thought because we don't want to recreate a negative planet. We're going to march forward and it's all positive all the way through. Every thought that we manufacture in our mind has to be from our hearts, has to be positive, and then we can then co-create a paradise on earth once again, folks. I think that will be, thank you for the love, Brother Metis. Yeah. So I think that will be a good ending, won't it, Fraz? Yeah, because we've been going on for quite a fair bit. People need
I
to
can go on for another 3 hours, but I think we've had enough.
I know this is a good family gathering with a good family conversation here at FESIG.
13.557 degrees.
Yeah. Pontus, is there any last thing you want to put in before we close?
Oh, thank you for me.
Okay. Fraz, is there anything else?
Basically, I'm really pleased with all the answers that have come in. It's been fun to be the antagonist to start this conversation rolling. Hey, we're all in this together.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to end up seeing something that we've never expected and never experienced before. So sit back and enjoy the show. We're going to co-create, each and every one of us, each in our way, this new reality. And we're going to be needed.
Yes.
And each and every one of us. I mean, and that includes those that are watching this later on. You're needed too.
Absolutely.
What do you need to make this world better?
Each
And it
and
doesn't
every
have to
one.
be much. It's what is it that you're creating in your mind to make it better for everyone. So thank you, Crystal, for this discussion.
Thank you. Enjoy your
Thank you.
roller coaster ride, folks.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
have a
Thank you.
positive mind. Everything will be all right. And lots of love.
Everything, it is all right.
Yes,
Everything is aligned in our favor now.
absolutely. Here, here.
Thank you.
Lots of love, brothers and sisters. Oh,
As the thing is if you're heading towards enlightenment and the light, you're in the right direction. All you have to do is which direction is brighter? The future is brighter. That's where we're going.
exactly. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you make mistakes, you regret it, it's fine. Just move forward. And there's unconditional love abound. Yeah. Just be more forgiving. Don't be too hard. Love yourself and flow with the force.
Yeah, that's a thing, unconditional love. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
To say something,
Yes,
the
Jerry.
greatest love you can give is forgiveness.
Absolutely.
Remember that.
I do. Yeah. We all do, huh? That's
If I want to say something about it, if you believe in the concept of whatever happens, it is just another experience for the soul. So that concept is make the forgiveness not exist.
Exactly.
Or whatever happens is for your highest good and for all those.
Yeah, yeah. Says thank you. So there being no other business, now the second session of our 137th FESIG meeting is adjourned to the 138th meeting on the 2nd of July. So pen that down in your diary and join us for another fun ride with FESIG. Thank you. And stop the recording now.